Are there any, can I get a raise of hands? Are there any multi-generational Twilight fans in here?
Yeah, we got a few.
Aww. Well, I thought there'd be a lot more. So is everyone alive in here? Raise your hand. All right, we'll edit that. All right, thank you guys.
Please help me welcome to the stage Jackson Rathbone and Kellan Lutz. Ooh.
Well, listen, you asked us how we are. How are you doing?
How are you?
You know, I'm doing so good. I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Really?
Yeah, I've been a Twilight fan for a long time.
What are we gonna talk about?
And I got to wear my colorful shoes today.
Awesome. Who are they or where are they from?
I think, oh God, they're either from Box Lunch or Hot Topic. They're from the Wonder Woman 1984 merch line.
Oh, shit. I gotta take a picture of those. My wife will love those. What size are you? How much?
Just take them, man. They're a little small on me. I'm like a 6 and a half.
I think Kellan just tried to buy the moderator. He's like, how much? Not for the shoot.
Get inside.
I didn't sign anything that said I couldn't be bought. I signed other things, but I didn't say I couldn't be bought. Kellan, though, if you'll indulge me here, I want to start with a silly one. And I'm sorry, I just have to. I need to know what it's like to arm wrestle Kristen Stewart. I feel like you're one of maybe 4 people in the world who's ever done this at most.
What are the other ones?
That's exactly it.
I thought I was special.
You are special.
I took her arm card, whatever. It is.
Phrase. It's a real phrase.
Oh, this is in Twilight After Dark. Sorry, guys. You know what? It's funny because we love Sundays. We love these panels. You know what? I that was when acting really had to happen. You know, Emmett was very much Kellan. I got to just be me on set. But then when you have to act like you aren't going to break someone's hand and crumble it to pieces, you have to show a lot of reservation. And is that the word? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Word of the day. So yeah, you know, you're just like, oh, come on, Kristen, you trying? She's like, I'm about to poop. I'm trying so hard. And you're like, oh, ow. You're like, can we redo that, guys? Stunt double. Can we get her stunt double? That is really cool. I love that scene. I love reading the books and being able to get to that scene. And Kristen was so much fun to work with. And yeah, just a fun scene. Thanks, guys.
It's just one of those things that I think about, and I'll rewatch it, and I'm like, it's just a thing. Nobody has probably arm wrestled Kristen. I'm sorry, that's where I had to start. I can't stop thinking about it.
I just remember being on set for that day, and I thought it was so much fun. We all had a great time as a cast, and getting to see the light in your eyes for that moment, because it was truly like a moment for you. That was like a really great scene. I mean, dude, he has the pictures on his table. I think maybe might have sold out of that one, but his freaking arm, dude, is just gunned out. It's huge, and it just looks so good. And you got tiny little Kristen there, and it's just such a great a moment in the series. So yeah, I was there for it, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
I hate to go against your credo of not looking back, but I do, because there's something interesting about the Twilight series is that it almost looked so different, because the role of Edward came to both of you in different ways at one point. Kellan, you got the audition offer and you turned down auditioning for Edward, yes? Because it was too depressing, I think, is when you read the role initially.
Yeah, I mean, I had been doing Generation Kill in Africa for 7 months. So I was doing something that was very time and sensitive and a lot of death and a lot of destruction and away from my family. So I wasn't in the best peace of mind state. I just wanted peace and joy in my life again. So when that audition came and I read it, I just wasn't in that sort of mindset. And to see myself after my manager was pitching it, he's like, it's a book series, and who knows if it's successful, you could do multiple movies. I'm like, that's even worse. To play this depressing character who I saw him as multiple, I was like, I know that's not for me. So I passed on it. And then, you know, I think you were up for it and Rob. And then when Emmett came around, because Emmett was already cast, and then they opened that up again because the actor just didn't work out. And when they sent me the lines for Emmett, I read them. There's 4 lines, right? They're all funny, or in my head they're funny. I was like, oh, this guy's cool. And I read them in the books, and I was like, yeah, he's great. At least he's in my head the comedic relief. Man, a few words, but they're funny, and so I got to eat those up on set whenever I could. What about you? Because you went really far.
I was going to say, I think Jackson, you got down to the final 4 in the end there. Final throw. Okay, my bad.
I don't know who the fourth person you're talking about is. I know it was down to Robert Pattinson, myself, and actually Henry Cavill. Yeah. So Henry Cavill, this is the true story. So Henry Cavill was Stephenie Meyer's pick. That's who she really wanted to be. That's who she saw in her head. And so when they trotted me out as an option, I was Catherine Hardwicke's favorite. And when they trotted me out, Stephanie's like, no, he's not. That's not Edward. And they wanted the Harry Potter guy, so they brought in Cedric Diggory, and now we have Robert. And I think Robert Pattinson was the correct choice, 100%. I really love his performance as Edward. I make fun of him, I tease him because he's my brother, and I think it's what we do. You know, we tease each other, we have fun. But like, I had a lot of fun doing the audition. It's, you know, every single person in Hollywood was going out for Edward or for Twilight at one point. And it was really cool, man. It was really nice to be considered up there. It's been a fun ride. It really has.
Can I ask you, Jackson? So like, my manager told me, well, I don't think anyone really knew, because Summit got the rights, but a lot of production houses and studios passed on Twilight. So I don't think anyone really knew. I think, yeah. Have you ever auditioned for something, like I've gone out for a couple Marvel things. Have you ever gone out for something that you knew was going to be huge and like you really wanted, or there's a lot of pressure in a way?
Oh yeah, I got to one of the most embarrassing moments of my career. You guys want to hear this? Yeah? All right, this is the most embarrassing moment of my career for sure. I literally cried in my car for 30 minutes after this. Okay, so you hear me now. I don't stutter. Growing up, I had a really bad stutter. Now, when I was in 3rd grade, they put me to speech therapy. I've been in speech therapy. I've done voice lessons to lose my accent for characters. I've worked hard on this, y'all. Very hard to get where I'm at now. I had a meeting with Ron Howard. Yeah. Very nervous, little Jackson. It's for, it came out. It's with Matthew McConaughey. I'm blanking on the name. The Man in the Tower? No. Oh, it's with the Matthew McConaughey film and Dark Tower. Thank you. It was for Dark Tower, and they weren't sure how old they were going to go with the boy. So I was being considered for Ron Howard's film, and I was very nervous. Dude, my stutter came back harder than it's ever happened to me before. As literally, he goes, "Hey, Jackson, it's really nice to meet you." I'm like, in my head, freaking Ron Howard knows my name, crazy. He's like, "Oh, so I heard you're in a band. Tell me about it." And I'm like, "Yeah. I'm in a band." And it literally, that's how I started the meeting. And it went downhill from there, you know? And it was just like, I had this meeting and I go out to my car, and I know it didn't go well because I was just making a fool of myself. But Ron Howard is the sweetest man ever. He just kind of like laughed it off, just kept going, didn't even make a deal of it. It was super sweet, kept talking to me. And then I walked out to my car, and I legitimately cried in my car for 30 minutes just thinking. I went back to a dark place, going backwards, right? And I went back, and I just like, it really hurt me. But then talking to other actors and talking to other people and being like, you know, we've all had experiences in our lives where we've just maybe put our foot in our mouth and we feel silly. And somebody told me, they're like, "Listen, you think that's the first time that's happened to Ron Howard? You think it's the very first time that he's had someone go in there, audition or read with him or meet him and be embarrassed?" And I was like, "No, probably not." And they're like, "Just, you're fine. Look forward. Don't look behind." There you go.
Well, Jackson, Santiago M. from Illinois would like to know, since Jasper can manipulate emotions, what was your technique for physically showing when he was using his powers on screen?
Well, you know, we didn't get to do it a lot. There's only really one time in the movie. In New Moon is when we really see it. And I think it's done with a camera move, which is really nice. It's such a hard thing to do when you're playing these kind of special ability characters. It's like, you know, you see with like Doctor Strange, right? If he's doing this and all this kind of stuff. And it's without the frickin', you know, CGI, it's kind of weird looking. It's like, what is he doing, Tai Chi in the park? And so for like, it's kind of one of those things where you're playing, you know, Professor X, you know, this is cool, but only because of the other stuff happening, right? It's if I'm like, and nothing happens, it's like, is he having a bowel movement? What's going on? So I really think the camera does a lot on that move, and I wish we could have seen it a bit more. And what I find fascinating about Jasper is he is canonically one of the only vampires that can affect Bella, even though Bella has a shield. And so he's able to influence her emotions, which I find really fascinating. And I think that was a really cool thing. And pathokinesis is a fun aspect to explore. I think there's a really, I would have loved to explore maybe doing that in the origin sequences with Jasper, to see how that works and to see how that would work in a battlefield, right? If everybody's running at you, and if you can confuse the opponent, or if you can make them think that they're standing next to somebody that they hate and they're actually on the same team, and they start infighting, that's a really interesting ability. And we could see that. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, man, it's a pleasure. It was such a fun thing to do, to get to play this character with pathokinesis. I've never really seen that before. The ability to manipulate emotions, I think, is honestly a little bit of an actor's job. So it was really pretty cool for someone like me, who's like a hardcore theater kid. I grew up in the theater. I love acting. I've studied all different types of, like, Meisner, Stella Adler, Alexander technique. I've done it all, and getting to play a character that, like, legitimately is just like, and you're sad now. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's fun.
Which of Emmett's one-liners or moments from the films do fans quote to you most often?
I mean, probably the wedding speech, or dating an older woman hot. But also there's one, and I didn't mean to do it, but everyone, like, loves it. Was like, her name is Bella, and I'm holding the big old knife. Like, her name is Bella. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm like, I had no idea what people were, because I didn't remember doing, I wasn't planning it. I was just cutting the stuff, and I was like, yeah. But everyone's like, oh, that's so, like, sadistic of you. I'm like, you guys read into things a little too much. But yeah, there's some fun lines, some fun one-liners that I get to have a lot of fun with.
I like dating an older woman.
Yeah.
What's your unpopular Twilight opinion that you're willing to defend?
I think I said it earlier with Jasper making Edward read his mind. I think Bella's a little too young for me. No, man, no. What happened? I just got a little way too redneck there. I don't know if I'd die on that hill, though. Let's be real.
What's the Twilight Hill you would die on?
Jasper and Alice are the best relationship in the film and in the series. I will die on that hill.
Not controversial, but valid. Kellan, for you.
Emmett has cheat meals.
I think we do that together, to be real. Like, we sneak off into the city. We're just like, no one's going to miss.
I'll be back.
Like, we're going to go on a quick hunting trip.
Yeah.
Well, for Jackson,
one of my favorite scenes. So sorry. One of my favorite scenes was when you and I got to do, like, the bachelor party, and we're, like, jumping up in the window, and it was so fun because, like, we're just, like, actually, like, you know, it's a set, so we're just basically, like, behind a couch like this, and we're just like, oh, look, I'm in the window now. It's like,
send them out, Bella.
We're gonna have fun. You know, it was so silly and cute. You know, we're just having a great time.
I don't hate Carlisle. Just so we're clear, I don't hate Carlisle.
Oh, it's the head thing, right?
Yes,
yeah.
his head getting cut off in the
That's
theater.
right.
That experience with a crowd was insane. Being part of that, like, collective gasp at what was happening. And I would love to know, one, did you guys get to experience this at the premiere? Is this something that you got to experience with a crowd?
Dude, it was the best thing in the world. All right, so we are in LA for the premiere. Now, this is the Breaking Dawn Part 2. This is the big event in Hollywood. This is one of the biggest premieres that's ever happened, really. And it's weird to be a part of something like that, to be honest, but it's really cool. So we show up. It's people have been camping out there for days. I think we had a couple campers. Anybody camped? That was you, right? I knew it. All right. That's why I looked at you and I said it, and I was like, anybody else? It's just you. Stand up, take a bow. Come on, stand up, stand up.
Do it, take a bow. Yeah, give her some cheers.
Were you there opening? Did you get to go in? And you got to see it, right?
It was an experience, that scene.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm going to tell. Well, you sit down. I'm going to tell. Now, you sit down. Come on. Wait.
It was a moment for tears.
So we were at LA Live, which is not a movie theater. It is a big concert experience. They set up a movie theater system in there, and we have about 2,000, 3,000 people watching this movie. So suddenly we get to the big face-off. Here we are, and, you know, sweet Carlisle goes up there. He's trying to make things right, and then all of a sudden they jump up there. It's in the air, and you see Aro land. And then you see Carlisle's head, and I swear to God, y'all, the screams, it sounded like a Jonas Brothers concert. It was just people were screaming, people falling out of their chairs. I heard there was ambulances on standby. Some people fainted. Some people legitimately ran out of the theater in protest and hadn't figured it out until much later when someone had to be like, no, there's some more that happens in the film that you might want to see. But it was an incredible experience. Honestly, probably my top, honestly, probably the most fun I've ever had watching a movie was giggling to my wife about how freaking out people were, and she's just elbowing me and being like, shut up, and I'm just crying, laughing, and she's like, you can't laugh, everybody's crying.
You had to know this was coming, right? Like when you're getting ready for the premiere, you're probably like, this is going to be a moment.
Well, my other wife, Alice, told me that would happen.
So when you're out in public, I have to imagine people are just, like really giving you the eye. And is it a matter of like, are they a fan or are they just a little weird? Like, tell me how you dealt with the stare in real time.
Well, the weirdest is when I walk by a reflective surface and I'm just like, who's that? Weird eyes. Oh, it's me. No, it's, I have the wonderful fan interactions possible, and I don't like calling fan interactions, but like I meet people that have been a supporter of my career, and that's awesome, man. And it's really fun for me. We have fun with the Jasper stare. I think it's people are like, where's that come from? And it's like, listen, here's where the Jasper stare comes from. Edward can read minds, right? So when he's bringing over this little girl to meet a bunch of his vampire brethren, and Jasper's like, "What? Edward, read my mind." What am I thinking, Ed? I'm thinking she's too young for you. And we have fun with it, man. And I just gotta say, thank you for all of you guys coming up and having fun with it and making Twilight like for you. It's a very, art is subjective, and that means it is your interpretation that matters. Like any painter will say the same thing. It's like I have an idea when I paint, but when I hang that on the wall, it is for the audience, it is for the collective. Whatever you think of it, that's what it is. So if you have fun with it, you enjoy it. Do it, man. Enjoy it the way that it makes you happy because it is yours. We made this for you to enjoy, to have fun with. Some people use it as a crutch to help them get through a rough time in their lives. But remember, that strength to get through that time comes from you. It's not from the crutch. The crutch helps you. And that's what art should do. So thank you for enjoying our little weird series of vampire films. Dude, you guys have been the best audience in the world. Awesome.